coming up just down the road from us in Carson, California, on Saturday night. Fox PBC Fight Night. Sean Porter against your Dennis Ugas coming up this coming Saturday. And then the following Saturday on pay-per-view, Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia in the Jones Mahal in Arlington, Texas. And here to talk about that and so much more, the last heavyweight to hold the undisputed heavyweight title, none other than Lennox Lewis. Good to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Good to see you. So right off the bat, I'd like to have you correct somebody who's working on that Garcia Spence.
Yeah, Mike, you're working on the fight?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm mixing the pregame
Before what?
for the fight.
Well, before you said the game before, so you have to say match.
Thank
Boxing
you.
match. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, don't. It's okay, Mike. Just, you know.
I mean, it's the first boxing. I've never done boxing. It's pre-match, the pre-match coverage.
Well, I think what you should take out of this, Mike,
Yes.
is that in the 4+ year history of this show,
Yes.
only one guest, upon sitting down in the seat in the commercial break before coming on the air, says you got to correct Mike about something, and it's Lennox Lewis. So I mean, you went as far up the flow chart as you possibly can.
I actually did his audition when he was.
Are you aware of this?
Yeah.
No?
I worked your audition at Fox.
What do you mean you
Okay.
won?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
That's where we met. I met him.
Do you remember that now?
Yeah, I do.
I met him. Come on, I go out and I talk to the town before they work.
Wow.
You know me.
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
Mike, we know you. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, there you go. At least that's been confirmed by Lennox Lewis. Good to see you here, sir. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me.
What do you like about the premier boxing champions and Fox Sports getting together and doing this on Saturday nights, either on Fox FS1 or pay-per-view?
Let me tell you, what I love about it is it's actually bringing boxing back to the forefront.
Mm-hmm.
People kind of came off boxing for a little bit, and it wasn't really exciting. There wasn't good matchups. Now, Fox PBC, they're putting that together, trying to give you good fights, good matchups, make boxing exciting again, bringing back old-time fighters, bringing back real judges, bringing back...
What do you mean by real judges?
Well, judges that have been in the game for a long time, and when they mark a card, you have to respect them because that's who they are. They've done it for a long time, so it's always interesting to see the matchup where you get the Fox judge against the judge that's at ringside, and we try and compare the scorings. Sometimes it's way off, and sometimes it's correct. So. It's good that we have the real judge, the best judge.
Right. Well, it sounds like you're talking like a man who's had a draw happen to him in his career.
Yes.
Once back in the day, at least once or twice. So what do we bring to the radio audience as well? Errol Spence against Mikey Garcia coming up. What do you like about this match that's going down on pay-per-view in a couple weekends from now?
Both undefeated. Both guys are great fighters. They've got a history of boxing, especially Mikey Garcia is coming from a family of boxers. Spence, he's the young lightning guy. He's the young guy that's nobody's really heard about. He's making a fast move up to the top, and he's doing it fight by fight. And each fight, you always have to be impressed with the way how he disposes of his opponent.
I like that. Disposes of his opponent. And it's happening in the AT&T Stadium, home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes.
Who you used to root for back in the day.
Yes, I did. I used to love the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
That's what you like about the Dallas Cowboys,
well,
huh?
They had that big thing with the cheerleaders, but definitely the team.
Mm-hmm. So have you met Jerry Jones? Have you met the owner
one
of the Cowboys?
one time in passing. I don't even think he remembers me.
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Well, he should.
How would he not remember meeting Lennox
Like,
Lewis?
who's that? That's the heavyweight champion of the world.
That's right. From back in the day. Well, you probably will see him there coming up in a couple of weeks. He usually goes to all the big events that he's holding in his own house.
Yeah, I said that about Tiger one time. We were watching a Floyd fight, and Tiger was at ringside, and I went, "Yo, Tiger, what's up, man?" And he kind of looked at me and he was like, "Who's that guy?" And I was telling my friends, like, "Yo, dude, Tiger doesn't know who I am." And they go, "Come on, man. He must know who the heavyweight champion of the world is. He's at a fight." I'm like, he gave me a funny look. He said, nah, man, don't even listen to that. So
Could it be that you changed your hairstyle? Could that be what it is?
I think that may have been part of it. You know, I won the heavyweight championship of the world, and then I cut my hair.
Why'd you do that?
Well, I've got a Samson-like complex. So as my hair grows, I get stronger.
Yeah, I don't know what that feels like. Holyfield, are you tight with him in any way, shape, or form? You are?
Yeah.
How often you chat with him?
Whenever we get together, I always accuse him of headbutting me. He's always arguing that he didn't.
Right, and?
You know, I bring the argument to the forefront to other people. Don't you think he headbutted me in the fight? And then we start a little discussion, argument, and then we talk about something else.
Yeah, his son was just at the NFL scouting combine. Made me feel really old. He plays football at Georgia, and he's getting ready to go in the NFL.
Wow.
I know, right?
Yeah, he's from an athletic family.
It's pretty amazing how these things go along. Now, let me get into a couple of things here that I've always wanted to ask you. Tyson bit you for real at the press conference?
Yeah, he bit me. He bit me.
You're getting set to fight Mike Tyson.
Right.
And then what happened?
Well, you know, we're having a press conference and, you know, they announced me, all my accolades, announced him. Then all of a sudden he came walking over to me. He threw his hat down on the ground. I looked at it as a declaration of war. And he walked over to me, and my security stopped, and he took a swipe at my security, and then the battle began, and everybody started jumping in. At the bottom of the pile was me and him, and they were clearing everybody off, and I was saying, hey, he's biting my leg. And they'd say, everybody's like, you know, that shock look, what? And my security seen him, and they start giving him some elbows, and he released my leg. So, and that's how it happened.
He bit your leg.
Yeah.
You don't still have a scar from it, do you?
Absolutely, dude. I would drop my pants, but we're on TV.
It's that high up? Are you serious? Wow.
It's right here.
On your thigh?
On my thigh.
So it still exists to this very day?
Yes, it does. Yeah, how many people can say they have a scar from Mike Tyson? Come on now. That's big.
Well, you and Evander. That's
yeah, that's true.
That we know of.
He's nemesis.
I mean, that we kind of know of. Yeah, I just remember that was one of the most incredible pay-per-view events. I remember that, covering that at ESPN. And then I remember when you started throwing down on ESPN, right? On Up Close. Who was that with?
That was Asim Rockman.
Rockman?
Yeah,
right?
Rockman. I mean, I went to this press conference.
Do you remember this, Chris? That?
I just found the video right now with Roy
I went
Firestone.
there, obviously in a suit, brand new shoes, you know. I didn't go there to fight, so I wasn't prepared to fight. So when
Brand new shoes.
Now the reason I say that is because I was slipping, sliding all over the place, and Rockman took me down pretty easy. But as I was going down, I grabbed his chain. So I had his chain, and you know, there was a big battle of like, yeah, come get it. I dare you to come get it. And obviously it's his chain. He wants to come get it. So that, you know, the people split us apart. Mm-hmm. So 10 minutes after that, I gave him his chain back. I didn't want to take his chain, you know.
But you won the rematch, though. So you got that one down. I remember that Gary Miller was hosting it, right?
Gary Miller.
Meat was hosting it, and we were all like, oh, my God, what the heck was just happening right there? That was unbelievable.
I know my friends were there, and they were shocked, too. They're like, they were trying to get over to help me. So, you know, it's one of those unexpected things that happen in boxing that we sorted out in the end.
But, you know, you see stuff sometimes, certainly with UFC these days, where obviously all holy heck broke loose just a couple of months ago with Conor McGregor, and the immediate reaction was, that's good in the fact, like, obviously the people who are involved, liability-wise, don't think it's good. But eventually that means more people are going to be watching and interested. Do you agree, subscribe to that notion at all?
I described when it's real. I like real stuff. I don't like stuff that's put on. Oh, let's push each other and make a big deal out of it. If it's real, it's real. And then there's situations where I've seen fighters get together and they pick up a glass and throw at the other person. I'm like, what are you doing? You know, you got to listen to Don King. Don't fight. Let him pay for it. Let him pay for it. That's what he said to me. So I listened.
By the way, I never thought I would hear Lennox Lewis say you got to listen to Don King. I never thought I would hear that before.
Well, he does say some wise things.
On occasion.
On occasions.
He's still not your favorite person, right?
No, he's my favorite person. He's a smart man. You know, he's gotten by. There's a lot to learn from him and a lot not to learn from him. So, like everybody else.
Did you meet Ali? You ever meet Ali?
Yeah. First time I met Ali was like Pan American Games at one time. He was watching me fight for the first time. You know how that feels. You got Muhammad Ali out there watching you fight.
You knew he was out there.
Yeah. Everybody, you know, the big whisper, he's out there. He's out there. All right. I'm boxing. I want to impress him. What can I do? So I worked as hard as I can, and you know the refs didn't see it, or the judges never seen it my way, but still got out of the ring, went to meet him, and he said, "Hey, you're pretty good. I'll see you down the line." So that was I was happy. You know, I did lose, but the same guy I lost to, I beat 2 weeks later, and beat him. So it was like I would have wanted to win to impress Muhammad Ali and show him how good I am, but I didn't get that chance.
But you had a conversation with him at all?
I had a conversation with him. At that time, he was just creeping into the Parkinson's situation. And, you know, other times after that, I met him. I went to his birthdays and, you know, his events that he's had. So,
What do you think of the current state of the heavyweight division, Lennox Lewis?
Current state of the heavyweights. You know, it's funny because I did things my way when I was heavyweight champion or even trying to be heavyweight champion. And my main thing was, you know, I wanted to be the undisputed champion. Obviously, these heavyweights nowadays have goals of being undisputed, being the only one, but they're not in a rush for it. You know, the main guy, Anthony Joshua, it's interesting. He says, "Oh, you know, I'll box Deontay next year or the year after." I'm like, dude, if that was me, I need to box you now. I need to be the champion now. But this is their era. They can do things the way they want to do it. I know what I would do in my era.
Which is fight the guy the first second you possibly can.
Yeah. Who knows if you get that chance again? This is what's happened to him now. Now he's been put on the shelf. He has to box a guy that nobody really wants to see him box. You know, Big Baby Miller, he's doing a great job hyping up the fight. But in England, nobody really knows him. Then when you look back at his fights, he's only been 12 rounds one time. So as far as him making his way through the fight, I don't know if he's going to make it all the way through the fight. It doesn't make for a good fight. Then you got Tyson Fury. He's just signed with ESPN. You got Deontay, which is doing something else. So they're all kind of split apart doing their own things. So when you look at the undisputed champion, you know, who's going to be, nobody can really tell right now because each one of them are going to have a fight and each one of them are going to take a chance every time they fight.
Do you think Fury should have been counted out?
I think the ref made an awesome decision to do that because I've seen in I've been in fights where, you know, I'm the heavyweight champion of the world. Man's knocked me down in the second round. I've gotten up and the referee's going, calling the fight. I'm going, it's the second round. Come on. It's not like he was beating me up for 12 rounds, but this happens in boxing. So when the referee decided to do that, I was like, that was a brave move, but it worked out in the end.
I met Wilder recently. He is, I mean, absolutely mammoth. Just a big dude. I would not want to be on the business end of that. Who is the best fighter in the heavyweight division right now, in your estimation, Lennox Lewis?
I think that it's between three guys.
Okay.
They're all over 6'5". And they're the guys that I just mentioned. You know, I'm really big on Tyson Fury because, you know, this is a man that's gone through mental situations where, you know, he's been through weight situations where, you know, he gained a whole bunch of pounds. And still, after a layoff, he's come back and basically matched up to the number one and second guy out there. So, and he took that chance. He answered the call for England. He said, I'm coming over to America and I'm boxing Deontay. And I'm like, yo, this is a fighter. This is a man. This is the kind of mind that you want to have being a champion.
Right.
Taking on all challenges.
You know, it's amazing. You mentioned the size of those three guys. Do you think we'll ever see somebody Tyson's size, 5'11", dominate that division ever again?
No, I don't think so. There may be another Tyson around, but
sure.
But I don't know.
5'11".
5'11", but you know, Tyson had a big neck. You couldn't knock him out easy.
And a big set of teeth from what you're telling me.
Yes.
We had Mike on. We had Mike on, 2 years ago or something like that?
Yeah.
And it was a time when we had a commercial break in the middle of our show, just for a minute in between. So if you were on a few years ago, I would have said, hey, let's stop right here. We'll be back in 60 seconds. And I asked Mike towards the end of about 9 minutes in, how many rounds can you give me right now? And he goes, I don't want to think about it because if I ever think about boxing, I go to a bad place. And I'm like, okay, well, we'll be right back. You seem to be maybe in a better mindset. How many rounds can you give me right now, Lennox Lewis?
Oh, I can give you a lot of rounds. Just don't ring a bell around me.
What do you mean?
Like ding ding, my hands go up.
Just like that sort of reaction?
Yeah,
huh?
well, that's a boxer's reaction. Ding ding, it's time to go to work.
But how many rounds? I mean, like ding ding. How many rounds could? There you go. There it is.
Lovely.
Huh? See, now that you know it's a match. Look at you. Now you're trying to impress Lennox Lewis. How many rounds could you give me? You think?
You're talking with you?
No, just in the human race. If you can get back in the ring, how many rounds do you think you could go?
Man, at least 10.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of doing something like that?
People always talk about, they want to see me and Mike Tyson again. I'm like, I don't think Mike Tyson wants to see me and him again. So, it'll be interesting because I always thought about, why don't these, over 40s fight or over 50s
Yeah,
fight?
we see senior tours, right?
Yeah, I don't think it'll work in boxing,
I don't know. You're in your early 50s. We can find someone match you up with.
I got to do it like Floyd. Go over there and pretend to fight somebody.
I love that. All right, before I let you go, Lennox, your favorite cereal. It's National Cereal Day. Do you eat cereal? What's your favorite cereal?
I can't believe nobody said Raisin Bran. I love raisins. Nobody says Raisin Bran.
The Raisin Bran is just...
Raisin Bran, you're a little backed up and you need to, get it all out. That's when you have Raisin
I
Bran.
love raisins. I love the sweet raisins. You just add milk, no sugar. The raisins is the sugar.
Okay, so you could just do it yourself. See, you're...
And also shredded wheats. Come on. What kind of cereal you guys eating?
Well, Lennox, you're a professional athlete, okay?
We have no nutritional value. 3 people with no nutritional value.
Come on.
I like it, the shredded wheat. Great to see you, Lennox Lewis.
Thanks for having me.
At Lennox Lewis on Twitter. At Mr. Lennox Lewis on Instagram. Porter Ugas on Fox at 8 Eastern this very Saturday from right here in Carson. And then the first ever Fox Sports pay-per-view event with premier boxing champions. The IBF welterweight champion Errol Spence and the WBC lightweight champion Mikey Garcia from AT&T Stadium in a couple of Saturdays. Check it all out. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
You got it.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.